us a little bit more time because you said she was going to wake up in 3 hours?
Yeah, I think we rolled for that. 3 hours, yep.
We've got to be ready to give her another punch. All of us have a ready action to punch her again.
What does that mean?
Or just if she comes up, she doesn't come up. She just comes up with a little bit of health, right? If she comes up, she doesn't come up.
She comes back with 1 hit point.
Yeah. So, cool.
Yeah, but if we roll badly and we kill her.
No, but you don't do it. You do it non-lethally.
Yeah. As long as you're attacking with a melee attack, you can do it non-lethally.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so we'll just surround her and just have a punch ready to go.
One punch.
Is that basically your life plan now? Punch Lutheria every few hours for 1,001 days?
Well, yeah, like as
100.
long as it's 1,001 days.
Oh.
But we talked about a couple of other things. The potential of maybe using the prison cube, and the potential of using that sphere of annihilation, whatever it was called.
And the other one I suspect would
the armor
would also be to actually. She offered us a pact, an oath. Maybe we could just alter that slightly, since she was keen not to necessarily have to fight. That we perhaps give her domain as it is and allow her to continue. I mean, she is a child of Thylea as well, and those who worship her should be allowed to do so. If we have freedom to worship the five, and
Point out one thing as well. Creatively killing Lutheria is still killing Lutheria.
Oh yeah, no. Like, we're not trying to kill her at all.
Okay.
Well, I'm not trying to
does
kill
she
her.
know we can't kill her?
Yep. Does she?
well, Chandris wouldn't have said anything. I don't think he's
Well,
not.
Chandris hasn't interacted with her yet, so.
If Chandris is a high enough level cleric of Lutheria, then he could have contacted her through magical means.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be
I
here
think-
in 5 to 10 minutes, so he's on his way. And Proteus a little bit after that. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we can search for magical things, but a lot of her magic will come from herself. So, we could ask some others who are on our boat where we could sort of keep her.
Yeah. Extracting an oath, given that she has been defeated, extracting an oath of like non-interference in the war might be possible.
I think so. And yeah.
I'll point out that was Vinny talking, not Alcobolo, because Alcobolo's not saying anything.
I'm very aware of that.
But Vinny can contribute, of course, but Alcobolo cannot. But Vinny, as you were.
Oh, so we weren't contemplating putting him in gentle repose and attempting to.
I've done gentle repose on him. Like I was ritually casting gentle repose as you guys were picking up the scythe. That was my number one priority.
That beef's gonna stay fresh, bro.
We are going to thinly slice it, and it's going to be good. Some wagyu.
Have some okobolo osobuco. Yeah. So I have made a couple of characters in case the party does not feel like going on a bit of a mission to sort out Okobolo. Or I could just play one of these characters while that event, while that kind of eventuates. If the feeling is that Okobolo is a required member of the crew.
Like me, both myself and Damas wants to do everything in their powers to bring Okobolo back. How about you play Lutheria while we rescue Okobolo? And this is all our plan, Malcolm, because then I ask Vinny, hey, what do you do? I surrender! Oh, thank you.
Oh, bro, have this and this.
Hey, I know exactly how you can defeat my brother.
Oh, by the way, as you're contemplating what to do and as you wait for Albert and others, why don't you advance to level 10?
Oh, goodness. That was expected but unexpected. Oh, crikey dick, that's a good thing to do. That'll keep us busy for a while.
Point out.
I didn't
I'll mention this again. I think I mentioned it last time as well. Is this... turn on my camera 1 minute. This book, which I don't have handy, was done as a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter got them to the level 12 adventure, which culminates in the Battle of Mitros. Now there are some chapters after that, which are kind of just tack on chapters which they added on for the sake of the Kickstarter. And so you give us enough money, we'll add some extra chapters on. The new chapters, they're okay. I'll give you the chapter titles. There's a new Pantheon, the Sunken Kingdom, and Apocalypse. 3 extra chapters. So as we're coming towards the end of this campaign, like you're level 10, you'll peak out at level 12. The question is, do you want to go on to those extra chapters, or do this adventure here, which is my new favorite adventure? It's amazing, and this takes you all the way to level 20. The follow-up book, this one goes 1 to 16, and this other one goes to level 20, and I think this is fantastic. Like, I've already worn out the spine of the book. I'm using it that much, so choices to be made. Not right now, but just keep that in mind.
You saw what I rolled there, eh?
The 2? Huh? Yeah, well.
Yep, that happens.
One of my
need to choose.
One of my players from another campaign who's doing the Crown of the Oathbreaker, in fact he's doing several versions of the Crown of the Oathbreaker, he said in chat it's so hard to jump into chat and it's so hard not to say do Oathbreaker. He too has done Odyssey, and I'm assuming he likes Oathbreaker, so which is that big book. So a decision to be made after the Battle of Mitros, which is I guess 6, 7 sessions, something like that.
Crikey dick.
Wizard is D6, right?
Yes. Who's popping in?
That was Albert just jumping in and popped out.
Okay. There you go, Particles.
Hey!
38 plus 6 is 44.
Yeah, it did look like lots of fun, that other one. Now that we're out of the Nether Sea, I am looking forward to getting up on top. As far as answering your question, it was like a little bit of a funny one because we've been driven to this Lutheria thing for so long, but basically I think what Damas wants to do is save Okobolo's life. He needs to lock down Lutheria as best as he can, gather some form of assurance from her that that she will not intervene, and then he wants to restore Okobolo. He sees Okobolo as crucial in the fight to win, and also part of our oath to each other is to raise each other up, like we totally did for Riley's character.
Well,
But Damas wasn't even there when that happened. So yeah, no, like if Damas was there, he would have totally saved you, Riley's character. I've even forgotten Riley's character's old name. Now, as she's a goddess, can she like drown? Would I know that?
I think the water's acid, so
No. But we're going to get out of here, right? We're going to go up into the main water thing. I'm just like trying to find a way that some form of mechanism in which we can, if she doesn't give us her assurances, that we can just knock an HP off her.
You want a waterboard her?
Yeah, well, Damas does hate her. She is responsible for his mother's death. So yes, he is keen on that. Basically, in the realm of things that he wants to do, he wants to secure Lutheria's neutralization. He wants to revive Okobolo, and he wants to become a full-fledged Dragon Lord. So, in a sense, like he can try and raise Okobolo if he could find a diamond, because he has that power as a cleric.
Yeah, a diamond shouldn't be impossible to find.
No, exactly. And I'm just seeing if he's got any spells that will take him to a diamond place. Because we've gone upper level, do I get my extra spell slots straight away, or are you going to insist on resting?
Just assume you're long rested. There's going to be no combat for at least a sea voyage away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a silly question, but you don't have Revivify packed, do you, Damas?
Me? I have Revivify ready to go.
Because
but
that
that
bring
costs
it
diamond.
back. Oh,
Yeah. But I like that was what my question was. But I don't have the diamonds for it.
right.
well,
I was
what's that?
thinking a diamond raised dead, but
I've got Raised Dead ready to go as well because I couldn't get Revivify. I've had Revivify ready to go because we had that other person, and I just went just in case one of our players go down. But we're just looking for some diamonds. We haven't been able to find the diamonds. I feel like
had
I'm
a courier
speaking.
to the mainland.
Pardon?
Oh,
If only you had a courier to the mainland.
Well, you could go back to the mainland and quickly revive him that way.
We do have a courier. Remember, in a day's time, the FedEx angel geezers are going to show up and give us that. I think we have a ring of health.
Oh yeah.
Or amulet of health, sorry, on the way. So we could send it back to bring us a diamond, or send it with the appropriate cash in exchange. I mean, we could swap one of those big ass emeralds for that. Definitely.
If that would work, yeah.
well, you ass emeralds.
Big ass.
Big ass.
Oh, right.
If you had a way to message the
Mainland.
guy who makes this stuff, the god, Vulcan, who's forging all these things for you in the Mythal Forge. If you had a way to message him, don't know if you do.
I can ask my deity to intervene.
Fine intervention.
And if I roll a 10 or less, then he does or she does.
Sending is a pretty spell.
I don't have sending on me right now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having to look through all of these. But in terms of getting,
Hello, Albert.
I don't,
Yeah, just hopefully everything's working.
Yep, sounding good.
Yep.
Brilliant.
And
Well,
feel free
lovely.
to advance to level 10 as well.
Yeah, boy. Oh, graphics performance notification.
Uh-oh.
Level 10, you say? I think that's where the rogue becomes immune to everything. I'm correct.
I don't have sending, I don't think. Oh no, there it is. Hello.
What's that?
To a creature with which I'm familiar. Oh my gosh. Across
Yeah.
any distance.
25 words or less, bro.
Oh, okay. Need diamond, follow down, send one ASAP.
Do you have the spell
300
prepared?
GP.
Do you have the spell prepared?
I do not have the spell prepared, so I'll have to ask the next time.
Sure.
The next day.
Well, it's tricky. I was going to say just advance to the next day, but you have a unconscious Lutheria who you know at some point.
Exactly.
It's going to
Exactly.
come up. So you might just have to
I'll
wait
just like
until
to say though
session.
that I've cured that beef, and given us I've ritually cast the old gentle repose. So
Follow
we've
that again,
got
Silas.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, can you reroll natural ones on hit points?
Oh, okay.
for the first time.
Roll another one.
was like-
Too bad.
4. That's better. 51. Yay, 51 max.
So we got 10 days to get a diamond back, and so hopefully if we've got a decent courier, that's just a backwards and forwards.
Oh,
So do you have any plans for Lutheria, Albert?
oh, what's going on with her? We tied her up, eh?
Well, we can tie her up, but she's a bit of a goddess, you know, so
Yeah.
a dream goddess. Like,
Yeah.
is there any way we can bind her or with like some sort of...
Not off the top of my head. That feels like a history roll. 51. Sorry, my brain's in accounting mode, and that's never good for it.
Well, we can put a person in that armor that's going to that armor that can hurt her, right? If she attacks or is near it.
Yeah, I'm still foggy on what that armor does.
I think it just damages her if it hits her, right?
Right.
Oh, ability score improvement for a yeah, or feat.
So if you remember, if you hit her with one of the armaments, there's a possibility that she gets confused. Or if she hits someone wearing the armor, there's also a possibility she can get confused. And the only person who is physically wielding one at the moment is Damas. Remember, Damas took the shield. Oakabolo decided to use the axe of Xander because it had 500 years of pent-up rage, and Oakabolo felt that was the better weapon. There's still with a great sword there. There's a plate mail great axe, a shield which is already taken, and a great sword.
So, like, if we just... So it's to make her confused. So if we just... Basically what I'm thinking is we need to invent like a tumble dryer where she just rotates round and round. We throw those items in there and then she can... And then eventually one of them hits her until she gets enough hits and then she's confused enough.
Riley was suggesting possibly maybe enchanting her in some way with perhaps a spell like Gears. I think he has that. He was trying to use that early.
Because that takes a long time to cast, so he could actually use that.
So it would be a minute, perhaps. I don't know how resistant she would be, so it's that magical command. So if we were trying to, well, I don't think it's tricking her into the oath. It's basically, she already suggested the oath, I think. I was just wondering if that would magically also allow us to do that, because I was just looking at another spell similarly called Modify Memory.
Oh. How long does it last? For 30 days?
Yeah.
Modify memory.
Uh,
Last a minute. Oh, no, wait.
That's the casting time's a minute. The duration is 30 days.
No, I think it's got like how long ago you can affect the memory.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know the memory one. Sorry, I was talking about guess.
Yeah.
If we were to use either of these spells on her, we should probably try and debuff her saving throws first with a Bane or something like that.
Yeah.
What's the saving throw we're trying to go for?
Was it probably Wisdom?
It's Wisdom for Geas.
Yeah, Wisdom for both.
The only thing is, like, if she does it, if she goes counter to a mana, counter to our instructions, she takes 5d10 damage, but no more than once each day. So that means that she can, once she's taken that hit, then she's free to act as she pleases. Is that what that means, Malcolm?
Oh, yeah. Yep. She get a smack in the face once a day if she doesn't do what she's told. And you know that she's got more than 5d10 hit points. More than 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so do we want to try the other one? Because I've got another spell which would give a disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
I think our best bet is to try and get her to ascend to an oath. Right?
Well, I think so.
So the modified memory one would, the memory that we would try to implant would be that she had decided to not interfere in the upcoming war if we defeated her.
Oh,
Right.
Why don't we say we played the game correctly, except that it was different? I have aspects that were true.
Hmm.
We played a game with her.
Yeah,
And
but
we
remember
won.
that game was only for the people's lives.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to remember it that way.
Last 24 hours. Oh, yeah. That's an interesting one. Yeah, if you said we won the game and you promised not to intervene if you won.
Yeah, you swore an oath.
Swore an oath. Yeah, that's the one.
But
That...
when the spell wears off, per se,
How long does that one last for?
Oh, sorry, I've put it away now because I wasn't looking at it. I thought we'd abandoned
I have
it.
got it.
Anyway.
What if I memory
So
lasts
duration-
indefinitely?
The memory lasts indefinitely. It's the
Yeah.
concentration. It's the minutes that she goes into the trance, right?
Right. Well, can we cast that on someone who's unconscious, for example?
Who does have modified memory? Sorry.
Sorry, I was just looking for it again.
In the Roll20 chat, and I'll look
Modify
at the
memory.
details.
Level 5 enchantment.
Is that something that you pick up when you go to 5th level?
No, that's what I was looking at. I was just looking at my spells now, going, "Hey, I could learn that while we're here."
Exactly. Like it's like a little bit metagamey, but it's also exactly what you do. Is like you feeling reach into the ether to get something to actually affect her memory and change her.
Mm.
That'd be
But
cool.
if you have to, you have to learn it. You still have to prepare it, though, right?
Yeah, we can look after her for a day, knocking
True.
her out. Oh no, but then you can't do the change. Ah, no, I see what you mean. Oh no, it's something within the last 24 hours. Yeah, so
that lasted for no more than 10 minutes. So it's
which
really about
was the game. It's the game of the game of that
Yes,
game.
So
how
like,
long did the game last? Was that something that we can do?
Less than
Yep.
10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Most of Chrissy cheated her way through it.
Mm.
But she learned
Yep.
her legendary resistances, so there you go.
Yeah. So I think that might be the one way to go. That because she lost the game, she swore an oath not to intervene in the upcoming war, or not to intervene against us.
I think it has to be the whole war aspect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Surely.
sweet. No, just confirming that. So will she intervene against us while we're preparing for the war? Intervene against us or the war?
Well, her original oath, because this is the thing that I'd be thinking, is she
Yep.
offered us that original oath of
Eternal
us
servitude.
having eternally servitude to her, and she said that she wouldn't. So that's the two aspects that I think we should change.
Cool.
Is that we remove that aspect, because that's within that 10-minute end of the game, or the negotiation for the game,
Yep.
the playing of
And
the
then-
game.
And the result of the game.
Yeah.
Your Proteus
that-
would speak up at this point, and he says, "My family remains trapped in that site. We need the site destroyed."
Mm-hmm.
So what would her memory be for what happened after the game, given that we ended up fighting? If we're just thinking it through while we're talking about our...
Well, but did she attack first with those people? Like, if her memory was that she lost and that she wasn't
No.
going, but she wanted to serve us, then of course we fought back when she
No,
sent her
'cause-
servants. She sent
No,
her
'cause-
servants to capture ours, and we fought back.
Yeah.
If
Well,
her
a couple
memory
of
is that
things.
we,
The combat
Right.
took a whole session, and game time and maybe took 1 minute, 2 minutes. You have 8
Yep.
minutes to decide what to do. Because no, within the last 24. No, ignore me. Sorry.
last 24 hours and of a 10-minute period, that's what we're trying to establish.
Yep.
That if that board game took a long time or not,
Oh, no,
just in
no.
case it... Yeah. Okay.
In the board game.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me that the fight and immediately after the fight, before she went unconscious, seems to be like it's a very natural memory to fuck with. Like waking
Somebody
up
else
with
attacked her, and we
memory
saved her.
happened just before you became unconscious. Instead of trying to make a justification for the fight having happened after the game happened the way it did.
Hmm.
You
Like
could say,
how
how about we say,
a memory of us holding her at like almost at death's door and forcing an oath from her of non-interference, and then just knocking her out seems very plausible to me.
That sounds good, actually. Like hearing that, like just before she gets knocked out, she's got a memory of us forcing her, like her swearing an oath of non-interference.
And that she farted at a really embarrassing point in the battle.
You're really messing with
the
her
GM,
now.
the GM might deem a modified memory too nonsensical to affect a creature in a significant manner.
Serve that right.
I think he likes that one. He likes that one the most.
we could also say that when she tried to make the deal with us, her followers turned on her because they were planted by her brother, who didn't like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, but remember they were sort of stoned off their tree. Remember that's why the big lion ladies were having trouble hitting us, because they were at disadvantage because they were drunk, intoxicated.
All part of the act. Gotta make it realistic.
Yeah, sowing a bit of discord between Lutheria and Sidon sounds pretty cool.
Cool. Well, so that's one plan. In order to do that, you need to have some kip straight away. We need to knock her out at least 3 more times until she's ready to have her memory implanted.
Yeah, well,
At least twice. It depends on how badly we roll for each time we knock her out.
I would suggest not
Just
missing.
Yeah, I know. Like, I think that all of us stand around her, ready action whilst you have a little kip, Particles. And then once that's taken care of, then we can concentrate on Bolo. Is my take.
Okay, well, but we've got to get the script of that right. So, just to recap, if we were doing this while we're doing, so I'm going to attempt to rest in order to gain the spell ability to manipulate the memory. I'm then going to cast that and convince Lutheria.
I've got something that will debuff her first.
So you're going to support that, yeah. Or in fact, maybe we could even have some augury divination that might affect the outcome, since I believe you can see into the future. Or if we run out.
I can do one more of those. Like when the time comes, I can go into my my little trance and find out a couple of dice rolls. I can definitely do that. That I can give channel divinity. That can be used for any attack roll, saving throw, ability check made by me or a creature that I can see. So I can do that. Yes, I've got one of those in my backpack. And also, technically, I'd have 2 because I get one back on a short rest. So I'm presuming while you're long resting, I can short rest.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so do we think that's the plan? And so then the final story that we're going for is that the royal game that we played, that we had agreed in some way that was satisfactory to her that we would lay down our lives if we lost the match, but her stake was that she would not intervene in the upcoming conflict between the gods and the people of Thylea than the peoples of Thylea.
I think that it's more like the one that Vinny suggested, where the fight happened, everything up to that point happened. At the end of it, just before she got knocked out, we got out of her an oath, but because she was defeated. So because she was defeated, we got an oath of her for non-interference.
But did we hold up our end of the bargain in the? Oh, okay. Right.
She just swore it. She just swore it. You know, she swore an oath of non-interference in the upcoming thing because she was defeated.
We need to be specific with this oath. What oath was it?
Hey? Oath.
Specifically.
That she will not aid, abet, or provide succor in any way to Sidon and his forces in the upcoming battle
Battle
of
of Lylea.
She could just attack us again now.
No, but she, but she was to remain neutral henceforth.
Henceforth.
From now.
Okay.
Both
If
now
we
be
spare her
sounds better.
life.
We could say neutral for 1,002 days, just so that it gets us guaranteed past our 1,001.
Can you say that again? She's not going to interfere in what? Just the wording.
Yeah, I'll be quiet for this wording. I've been talking to my lawyer all day.
Fine.
At the moment, Lutheria, your party has sworn an oath not to kill Lutheria. So it brings in some technicalities about what to do with Lutheria. And so they're trying to trick her by modifying her memory so that she swears to not get involved in the upcoming battles, the Great War, and I assume not to attack you people as well. Like when she was defeated, you had the sword over her head say, "Swear an oath or we'll kill you." And so the memory that she swore the oath and you knocked her out.
Right.
Well, because we can just heal her up as soon as we're ready to go, right?
Yep, we can do that, but you need to have a rest in order to get that. Oh, do you need to have a rest? Can you do that as a...
Well, that's up to the DM. I imagine to gain a new spell ability, I would have always said that you need to actually go away and study stuff. You just didn't suddenly go, oh, yeah, halfway through that conflict, I've figured out how to manipulate your mind. All you have to do is just, it's like electrical field using my
if I was
abilities.
Yeah.
My shocking
Sweet.
grasp technique there. I'm going to create an electrical field that's going to alter your synapse connections in your brain.
Oh my gosh.
Should actually think,
Require
what does
a
this actually
long
require?
rest to get the modified memory spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then which case, shall we move her off this barge and onto our boat?
Well, the barge is on fire, so that's probably a good idea.
I thought that was flavor fire.
Fire. It's slowly spreading because the foliage is so damp, but it is spreading.
Oh yeah.
We did
All
kind of set her barge on fire with the fireball. I don't know who did that. I lost track. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
and
someone
she doesn't remember that bit either. She does. That's one memory as well. Like Particles just slips one extra little thing in there. It's like, by the way, I totally didn't start the fire. One of her servants knocked a candle over.
Wait a minute. Does the slow room help us at all?
Yeah. If we left her in there, how long would it?
Oh
How
my
long would it be
gosh!
for her?
So if one of us went into the slow room with her, and then someone else had a sleep, but does the fire? Oh, but we'll probably get burnt up on the boat.
We try putting it out.
It's because it's
Oh yeah,
fun.
let's do that.
This is what the entire map looks like.
Oh.
Oh,
Like the art with the
there's
titan.
someone down at the bow.
That's the giant tentacle.
Oh, giant tentacle.
Yep.
Mean.
And the giant tentacles spray some of that water in the pool over. Oh, they're surrounded by water. We're all surrounded by water.
Yeah,
I
giant.
thought one of us could shape water now.
Yeah, I've used all my spell slots, y'all.
Particles?
Did I still have that? Is that what we had? What level spell was that? Oh, you'll remember our insect friend.
Boat.
Yeah, bug boat. Or boat bug?
Boat boat.
Just
Bug.
boat.
Boat
Bug,
boat.
bug.
We
He
certainly
died, didn't he?
taught him how to do that. I don't think so. How did he die? I thought he was just on the crew, just slowly absorbing whenever we do anything
Mhm.
I
and
think
transmitting
you're
it
right.
instantly back.
I could take shape water as a cantrip.
You've got shape water as a cantrip, did you say?
I could take it.
But we're not getting our benefits from level 10 until we have a long rest.
Oh, even the cantrips.
Oh, I don't know. It's up to the. Sorry.
Long rest to change your spells. You just don't get them automatically. Or should we say
Anyway.
you transfer the unconscious form of Lutheria and the unalived version of Okobolo back onto the main shore of the boat. And yeah, so you safely get them back on there. You guys going to rest up?
Do we need to be worried about this, the burning boat, though?
Or let it float away somewhere.
Well, it depends how the hippies at the bottom take it.
Because
It's
remember
scampering out and
just whether this burning foliage, because the fireball does set things on fire, whether that makes any issue for us.
you reckon there's any chance of them joining us? If we save them from this fire?
No one alive left on the ship.
Oh, okay.
You killed them all.
Whoops.
How many
Killed
rounds
them
can we
all.
ransack this place? We ransacked it.
The people in the gallery down below, I thought there were still a couple of people there, and
that's true.
there were some people at the entrance place as
The
well.
creepy girls.
You are right.
Yeah, the ones on the tricycles.
Mhm.
You want to save the creepy girl?
Oddly enough, I think my memory has been altered now.
Side effects.
Well, since there's no threat to the Ultros, at least the Ultros can come along, side, I suspect.
There's these sleeping guys as well.
Oh, if the girls come running out, we'll help them, yeah?
Well,
Well,
we'll wake up these dudes. Gotta wake up these dudes.
Is it the time seeing
Oh, yeah.
Lamias? The
And the
ones who
gir-
scry? The stoners.
Um,
Oh, and there's some little boats down there as well.
could Svenper get his zombies on fire duty, putting out the fire?
They're not all that effective.
Oh.
I think they would just probably be on fire.
Oh,
Start the fire.
Go
And,
put out the fire, stands and
Will it
fire.
help if Silas does some swooping down into that pool of water and with a bucket and goes overhead on the fire?
Sure.
I'll give that a crit.
Yeah,
It'll
as I
help.
said, it's a slow burning fire with the foliage being so damp, which does maybe raise little questions. How could it be so damp in this very inhospitable place? But I think Svenpur is right. With an intelligence of 3, zombies aren't that good at putting out fires.
Well, what are these pools made out of? Are these pools of water?
Yes, these ones are like, I think like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
These ones.
So we can use that water to put it out.
Yes, Silas is going to swoop down like one of those buckets. With a bucket.
About an hour or so, Silas, but you put out the fire.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Well, shall we disembark sneakily? Not sneakily, but just leave with her
Um,
in tow.
Right, but aren't we going to have to walk past those people?
You can go. Sorry, where is it? Yoink. You can
This
go.
means we can put her in the slow room now, doesn't it? With the fire.
Oh yeah, we can put her in the slow room whilst the rest of us take a rest.
Mm.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Whoever said
Okay.
that idea, I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
The time passes slower, so we may only have to knock her out once or none.
Yeah, that's sweet. If we have one or two of us with her, ready to punch her, hit
Is
her.
it-
Fully speeding up.
And then there were the screaming ladies down here. I don't know if they're on our side or what.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was blood everywhere, and then bloody people started invading their space. So I would freak out myself, and my floor
Yeah.
was suddenly covered in blood.
Sweet. Well, shall we go to the slow thing and old because that's the main entrance up there is through the slow room, right? It's through that way.
Yeah, where the zombies are, connect to the slow room.
Okay, so potentially you can take a long rest with some help. I'll go down ready to punch her. Someone else want to come down with me to punch her as well?
Your stylist will go down, ready to sneak attack her with a punch.
Yep. Yeah, it needs to be a melee attack.
Yep.
I'll also... Oh, no, I can't
He'll
cast
use
that.
the blunt of his rapier.
Yeah, I'll use the back of my Xiphos and... Yeah, I think we're ready.
Silas and Damas on Lutheria duty.
Is there anyone else? Like, I'm just a little bit concerned. Like, maybe Proteus can hit her as well. Just so that we have three, like... Well, you all have a readied action as soon as she wakes up. Bang, bang, bang.
Proteus is unconscious, I believe.
Proteus is? No, we raised him. He wasn't unconscious. We raised him.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's on a non-zero
instead
amount
of-
of hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Proteus goes down too, watches. And so it's
Yeah.
important that Particles get the long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so I could I think I'll just quickly check. I think
I may as well try and get it as well, because I will try and help with a debuff.
so I can do the
Okay.
Learman's tiny hut for the duration to protect us anyway.
Yep.
So that would be fine ritualistically, and then take the long rest is my intent.
The only problem I see is in the slow room. It works for Lutheria, but it doesn't work for long rests. So I'm going to say you realize this and you kind of work in shifts.
No. She's there
She's
in
in
there.
the slow room. She's
She's in the slow room so that the time stretches out for that, so she stays unconscious
for
longer while we're
And-
upstairs in the normal time, enjoying our normal sleep. So while we're taking our 7 hours, it's whatever time, 1 hour, 2 hours for
I see.
the people in the slow room. Does
Yeah,
that
how
kind of make
much
sense?
slower is how much slower in that room is it, Malcolm?
About half speed.
So that 3 hours becomes 6 hours, so we only have to knock her out once.
Oh, it's Silas and Proteus. Roll a d20 at advantage. If you roll natural ones or something, then actually no, all make attacks. All make attacks with your primary weapon that you intend to knock her out, and do so at advantage. I mean, there's a chance. It's not a good chance that you'll screw this up. So
I've taken a short rest, but I've also when she looks like she's stirring, I cast my fortune telling again, my prophetic trance, and so I'm going to roll two d20s because it's only for her. I'll just roll it in front of everyone, shall I?
Without Silas misses, hits her armor.
Yeah, so a 9 and a 4. I definitely don't use those ones, so I'm going to attack her as well.
Silas has bluffed his lines.
All right, and it's at advantage. Did you say?
Yeah. Okabolo's trying to participate.
I was rolling for Proteus.
Oh, for Proteus. Okay.
22.
Oh, 22 is her armor class. So I don't know. I'm not sure if Proteus misses or not, but You only just made it, but you do
I
knock
know.
her out. Okay,
Yay!
so feel free to get your long rests in, and I'm going to roll a dice, and I'm not going to tell you what I roll, but it's going to determine how long she remains asleep for. And I'm not going to tell you what I rolled. Okay.
But when we're in the slow room, every hour is doubled. So, so if you've rolled 1 hour, then it becomes 2 hours.
Okay.
Once again, I'm ready in action to punch her as soon as she wakes up. Not punch her, Zyphos her.
Yep.
As soon as she wakes up. Okay, and after we've waited what feels like another hour, we bring her back to where the sleeping dude is, sleeping Particles is. That right, boys?
Oh, say again, sir?
So we've just knocked her out again, which means that we have another 2 hours to kill, which means that we need to just wait for an hour our time, and then we walk out and bring her body to Particles.
Oh.
And
If this slow room is what we think it is.
Yeah.
Works the way we think it does.
Well, we could wait until we see Paracles at the door going like, yeah, sweet.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then you bring
Who are these
her
guys in here?
topside.
Yeah, we'll go topside. We might.
These
They on
guys
our
are
side or what?
Nah, not on anybody's side.
Alright.
They just wanted to smoke up with you, basically.
Alright.
Okay, so Silas, you swing with your rapier and clang off her armor, which is just natural armor, so that is extra bad. I'm going to say Proteus fluffs his line as well, but at the last moment, as she's about to regain consciousness, Dharma just whacks her on the side of the head, and she remains unconscious for an indeterminate amount of time. You bring her up, everybody's long rested. What's the plan, gentlemen?
Oh, I'm going to be quiet now.
Same.
Another day
Right.
gets taken off the Oath of Peace. You are down to 18 days.
Okay, so our plan is to modify her memory, but I believe Sven Purr was going to debuff her save in some way.
Yes, I'm going to use Contagion and... Wait, which one was it? Blinding Sickness. Which will give her a disadvantage on her Wisdom saving throws.
Make a melee.
Oh,
Okay, you got to hit her first, so roll to hit with a melee spell attack.
Fuck. Oh, wait, well, that was a 1 for a second there.
Oh, well, you can. That misses, but you can re-roll because it's at advantage because she's not running in the way. You need to hit a 22. Spell slot burnt. You can try it again, of course.
I think I will try it again.
Can we magic it up with some assistance?
I was getting advantage anyway, so.
Oh, all right. What about the bard one? Adds an extra
Bardic,
D8 or something.
yeah. Bardic inspiration. What's your dice, Silas? It's a D what?
I'm not the bard.
Proteus is the bard.
Proteus. Sorry.
Bard at 10 is... Bard at 10. Inspiration. D10 at 10th level.
A D10, Riley. You're looking for at least a 3.
Nine.
Okay.
All right.
So the contagion hits, and you do whatever it was, and she's at disadvantage on her wisdom saving throws. Okay.
Yep. Does someone want to bane her as well?
I don't have Bane.
Proteus will. I don't know if he's got any slots left though.
Well, he's long rested, so yes, he does. So Bane is a charisma saving throw. She'd actually roll for that. Seems weird, but that's the rules as written. And she is very charismatic. The Bane does not take hold with a 21 on her save.
Yeah. Was she rolling at disadvantage?
A charisma save, not wisdom save.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Is it charisma save for Bane?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, so she succeeds, so no Bane, unfortunately. Now, I believe she has to be awake for you to modify her memory. Even if it doesn't say that just makes inherent sense to me. She needs to be awake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, conscious, you'd think. Well, semi-conscious. Able to hear.
You have to... the spell takes 1 minute to cast, so you have to keep her restrained or something for an entire minute without hurting her.
I can assist with that, but I'm not very good at it. If only we had a minotaur.
Is there a way that we can use that sphere of annihilation? I don't.
Is she woken up?
Well, or like, because if she attacks anyone, she gets confused. So, is there a way that we can confuse her?
She attacks Damas because he's got the
with
shield.
the shield. Okay, so if I've got the shield in front of me, like right in front of me, and I'll go to her and sort of be the most obvious choice, if that makes sense.
Is she awake? Sorry, I missed that.
And well, we've taken her bloody scythe off her, eh? She
we take her scythe off her and we check for any other sort of magical items that she might have had on her person.
Do we have to explain that when we modify her memory? Because
she lost the fight.
I know it fills in the details, but would we be leaving her in possession of that?
No, because we need to get Prodeus's family out.
Okay. Yeah,
we have to destroy that side.
It dropped to the bottom of the sea for the time being. In that spell.
She lost her scythe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for argument's sake, this lollipop is the scythe. Does anybody get the reference why there's a lollipop spiritual weapon? Does anybody know? It's a bit of an Easter egg.
I don't.
No,
the most popular stream D&D show in the world is Critical Role with just crazy numbers, and there's a character in that called Jester. She was a bit of a tiefling cleric, and she's a bit of character, and whenever she cast spiritual weapon, it was in the form of a lollipop. So that's a nod to that series. But here, it's a scythe.
How big is it?
All right. So, echoey. So the plan is that you're using your augury divination so that you've got some idea about what potential numbers and can
yeah. So I just need to know how to. I just need to know how to roll that secretly. Again, if you can let me know how to roll a d20 secretly, please, Malcolm. I always forget that instruction. Cool, thank you very much. I will roll those 2 rolls now. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So those are the 2 things that I have, and this is to help her. This is to help her fail the roll, isn't it? That's what the intention was, Particles?
Yeah.
Believe so. Yes.
Okay, cool. So thinking about, well, yeah, okay.
All right, so you want me to cast and modify the memory now?
I think so.
Takes 1 minute
Just
to
out of-
cast.
And so I'm sitting there in front of her with my shield in front, just waiting for a big hit from her. Have we tied her up as well, by the way, boys? Like, surely we've tied her up at the very least. Yeah?
You must have some chains or something.
Yeah,
You've got
like
rope
really.
and stuff. I need somebody who's presumably good at survival to make a survival roll at advantage with the assistance of someone. That's going to determine how
And I've
well we'll
guide-
tie her up. A little guidance, sure.
I've guided a little bit of guidance too. I don't have. Oh, I've got +5 on survival, but I'm not proficient.
I'm only +2.
Let's see what Proteus is.
All right.
Proteus
Is Proteus proficient in survival?
+7.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right, there you go, Vinny.
And yeah, roll for
You've
Proteus.
got a guidance.
Proteus.
Can Proteus give himself a bardic inspiration as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
So he's got a guidance plus a bardic plus a survival.
That is guidance.
And
That is bardic.
advantage.
And he doesn't need to use your other number that you magically foresaw.
Well, if I don't want to give anything away, but I'm well aware that I've got those two numbers ready to go.
Vinny.
So what's... Yeah.
Roll a d20 at advantage and add 7 to the result. So let's roll 2 d20s. We'll take the highest. So 12.
19.
No good. That's
12
even worse.
Plus 5 is 17. So 24 is the...
And then you got a guidance as well? Oh, yeah.
I'll roll
24.
those. Yeah, 24.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so she's tied up with a 24. So, when she wakes up, what happens?
Ring!
Well, presumably Particles is going to start casting the spell.
I'm casting the spell, so...
And also, while she was out, Silas stuffed a whole heap of rags and stuff in her mouth to keep her quiet.
Sure. Okay, now... Sorry, just a sec.
And use the rope to tie those rags in there. Keep them in there.
Just a second.
Ah. Oh my gosh, where did you get that from, Vinny?
The D&D Beyond.
Oh.
It knows stuff.
Oh, there, Malcolm.
Sorry?
Okabolo just quoted from D&D Beyond.
In roll D20.
Yeah, well, I was happy with Malcolm's explanation and ruling on it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That's fine.
It made me think, though. Thinking's not good.
I didn't come here to think. I just come here to punch stuff.
Guys, got to deal with some real life stuff, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back and deal with this. Okay, be right.
The
back.
audio?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And back. Sorry about that.
Not nearly as much room as my old house, though.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
should have a house that is of suitable size.
I think you
Ooh,
do.
Table.
Like that
Big
sounds
table.
like a good thing. Do you want to
Big tables are the
pick up Vinny on your way through there, Albert?
Okay, easy peasy.
Yeah, just drive down to rural Melbourne, rural Victoria.
Yeah.
Or are you in New South Wales or Victoria? You're kind of on the boundary, aren't you, Vinny?
No, I'm very much. Oh yeah, kind of. I'm about an hour north of the Victorian border.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By
kinda-
Horden or by Ford?
By Ford, yeah, by territory.
Yeah.
How far is Blackstown from there?
Blacktown.
We used to have a whole bunch of trucks when I was working for Linfox on the border of New South Wales and Victoria that stop. The big road trains would stop and load all their crap onto Victorian-sized trucks
Oh yeah.
in Blacktown. Once they got to that area of the border, I just knew it wasn't somewhere near the border.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a Blacktown in Sydney, and there's a Blacksland in the Blue Mountains, but there's probably like Blacktown quite a few places, just because that's what they would have called Shantytown. Yeah.
They don't mess around with their casual racism.
No, just so casual, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, crazy.
Come up with a
I
plan,
we used to wonder where that was. Oh, sorry.
That's right. I snuck back in.
Nice.
So I'm going to go with what Vinny said. Can modify memory against an unconscious creature. I must be able to hear you, understand your language. Yep. Makes one. Okay. So what do you do?
So she's rolling at disadvantage, right?
Oh, do we? So we tell our story. Oh, so a mighty Lutheria, we shall spare your life if you swear an oath to us to not intervene in the upcoming wars and to leave peace and friendship. Not leave peace and friendship. To have peace and friendship be the way forward for Lutheria and her followers.
Okay.
And maybe a diamond.
I've got
I'll
some
produce
diamonds.
something that she doesn't have.
Also, you lost your scythe, bro.
And you lost your side.
And
I'm
then
sure it's
Side.
around here somewhere.
In reality,
We shall leave you in your. We shall leave you in your domain as we intend you to remain in your domain in peace. And cast the spell. Finish the spell. I suppose that's the memory that we wanted to implant.
I give one dice result to her disadvantage roll.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yep. And there was a bit about not attacking you as well, right? In there?
That was about leaving us in peace because that was the oath that she swore to.
Okay.
Or that we claim that she swore to.
Yeah.
Oops.
I thought.
Okay. All right. So what's the save? 17. Okay. At disadvantage, is there any? And
I'm giving the 7 to the roll.
okay.
So one of her die is a 7.
And it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
And you rolled a 7. Anything else I should be aware of?
Only
cross
that
my
you
fingers.
So,
Who gets the temporary hit points from your divination just in case things go south?
No one. That's my what do you call it? My cleric move, not a spell. So it's not actually divination. Yeah.
All right.
Turn undead one. What do we call that?
Channel divinity.
Channel divinity. There we go.
this is what it comes down to. Her wisdom saving throw is plus 13.
Oh, crikey.
So,
Rough.
the 7 that you gave is not good enough. Because that makes it a dirty 20.
No, I thought so. Yep.
So she needs, or you need, a 1, 2, or 3 on a d20. Who wants to roll the dice? I think it's probably Particles. Roll a d20.
Yeah.
You want a 1, 2, or a 3. Best natural one ever.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
My goodness.
Oh, gosh. I didn't see that coming.
Wow.
Gonna need it after that one.
Dinner.
Well, I think it helped that there was. I think it helped that there was an element of truth built into the memory, so it's quite easy for her to fill in the gap that she had already offered us an oath of not wanting to interfere in the upcoming war and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's what sold the decision, because otherwise a wise person would have seen through our tissue. But yes.
So she wakes up. She's going to try and break her binds straight away. And she rolls a 26, so the binds weren't effective. She just rips them off. She says, well, as you know, Titans and gods are bound by oaths as much as the next person. You've taken my dignity. You've taken my honor. You've made me an impudent Titan. Get off my boat.
Gladly. Hurrah! Ciao!
She just glares at you
Ta-ta.
as you leave. Well,
Do you have any treasure we can take while we're at it?
Yep, we are leaving, right?
Well,
Yeah.
the only treasure that would be applicable is these items down in here, but you'd have to deal with the twins.
We're
So
not
that's
dealing
up
with
to
the twins.
Not dealing with
No,
the
Let's
twins.
get
No,
out of
we're fine.
I know. That coin, Silas, I reckon you really like that coin.
Oh shit! You mentioned the coin, eh?
Yeah.
Yep, you can say whatever you want it. If you say heads or say mentally heads, it'll land on heads.
Hey, Particles, by the way. It's
A
dinner
trick that
for
you
Particles.
trying campaign.
Yes, I'm on my way.
Oh, and that coin.
I foresee there being much trouble with that coin if we obtain it. I think we're best count ourselves lucky to have survived, because not all of us did.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Oh man.
I think he's a minotaur.
I'm not sleeping, bro.
It was a sea dog.
In the next campaign, I'm going to be an Anubis.
While the other, far out. I'd love to have gone invisible and had a crack at that coin, actually.
And
You
We
can
pre-
certainly try.
Should we prepare the boat for a quick getaway, just in case?
So Silas will turn invisible.
cool.
Turn
Make a
invisible.
stealth roll at advantage, Albert.
Come on, I've got to roll over 10 some point. Now would be good. Yeah, boy!
Wow.
Oh,
You have a coin, Albert.
Gone.
This is the details of the coin. Oops, did that come through? There we go.
Dragon stamp the ones. That's a cool coin. Any magical? Holy crap! No magical aura.
Do need to attune to it though.
Yeah.
Probably easy just to
Details.
keep in
Details.
mind that you
Details.
only
This
have
is cool.
2 attunement slots.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
there you got the coin.
Already attuned to one. Awesome. That is my second attunement. That will be
Okay,
awesome.
cool. All right. So, one problem solved with a very fantastic natural one. And you take the still dead body of Okobolo onto the Ultras as the barge of Lutheria just disappears somewhere into the Nether Sea.
If we ever need to gamble with death, Oko, I got you back. Yeah. Yeah.
It's your gathered on the deck of the Ultros, the automaton comes and delivers an amulet of health.
Mhm.
Not sure who that was for,
That'd
but you
be-
have an amulet of health. And just a reminder, when you attune to that, your constitutions get set to 19.
All right. Well, I think
Hey.
that was me.
I think it was Particles, yeah.
Woo it.
Okay, and that was that one.
No, just before you go, little automaton, if you can just perhaps like go back and grab some diamonds with 300 gold. It's very important.
I will
You know,
talk
like-
to Volcon and hopefully return in 2 days with a diamond.
Here, take some of our cash with us, though. Here's some. You're more than welcome to take this.
100 gold pieces would be sufficient.
Okay, cool, done.
And it disappears away to the north. What do you guys do?
So
We need to get out of here.
we do. Does the anti-Cathera device give us any navigational tips, or are we going to try and head back to the swirling
Amazon.
The
vortex? Trying to
anti-Kythera
eventually
device is a little confused. Not sure. It's not useful in the Nether Sea.
Yeah. So we're either heading to the water spire at 1. That's how we got down here. Do we see any other? Because remember, Silas came down through the roof from
Yoink.
far above. from
Silas
the,
is a bit
from the
confused
island of
about how
Faith.
we got here, so we'll just leave it at that. It's just a device to get a fun way to get Albert back in. But you only see the from where you are. You only see this reverse whirlpool, and you know that if you went in there, you'd go up. How safely you would go up is another thing, but it would definitely take you up.
Well, can we explore around this coastline? Is there looking for a cave or a way out? And in the meantime,
Yes, you can,
I might.
but it would take at least a day of exploring.
What have I got here? Augury. I can do an augury in terms of if we were to go up the water spout,
Sure.
and see if it ritually cast augury to see specifically if we can go up the water spout, would it be wheel, woe, and woe, or nothing?
Okay, so if you go up the waterfall, the whirlpool in the next 10 minutes, will it go goodly, or badly, or neither?
Yeah. That's the one. So I sit, light my incense, and hippie out on the deck of our boat.
I'll say wheel with just a hint of woe.
Oh!
So, Chris on.
I pass that on to the rest of the crew.
Oh, what was the sorry? Say that again. Something about something.
If we go up the water spout,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if we go up the water spout, it's going to be good, with just a little sprinkling of woe in there, just a little touch of woe, but we should be able to get up pretty fine. Okay, so lash yourselves to things and take every precaution, but I feel it would be best to go up the whirlpool.
And a sprinkle of woe. Sounds like a golden shower. Okay. Good.
Okay.
On that, is anyone desperate for health? Because that does give some health. That goes, what is it, 10? Oh no, I'm not level 10 yet. 9 plus 5 is 14 temporary hit points.
No, you're level 10. Did you just
Oh,
advance
have I?
to
No, but
level 10?
have I had a long rest? Have I? After all that.
Just assume you do.
Okay, cool. Yep, sweet. In which case, then yeah.
Now, Particles, you're technically the captain of this boat. So I'm going to make
Yes.
you roll a d20 for me as you enter the whirlpool.
Okay, all right.
This time, don't get a 1.
Proteus would probably like to help with a bit of bardic inspiration on that, I reckon.
Bardic inspiration will not apply for this.
Okay.
The good news, though, is you didn't roll a natural one, and you find yourself back in the Forgotten Sea. So it's a bit of a rough ride, but you make it up. And you find yourself... actually, you're not there. You are... sorry, I just got to check some notes. Let's do this. You find yourself over here. It's 17. The 17, I will just put as the whirlpool. Oops. That is a constellation of the Dreamer.
Uh-huh.
I'll just write whirlpool. So if you did want to go back into the Nether Sea, you know how to do that now.
Mhm.
Here we go. 17, the Dreamer, the whirlpool. Okay. Okobolo's still gently reposing on the boat. Where to,
How do we
sailors?
get him alive again?
We're waiting for the diamond, which will be there in 2 days.
So it takes us 3 days to get anywhere anyway, correct? And we have 18 days left.
Yep.
So by the time we get there, we have the opportunity to, if our courier comes back. So I was looking at it earlier, and I thought possibly the spear sounds Amazonian-like to me. That sounds like something an Amazon would wield.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, did we take the we took the slides with us, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Cool.
So that when Kyle gets here, we can smash it, rescue his family.
Or come up with some other magical way of extracting them.
Mhm.
I think it has to be thrown into a volcano or something.
Okay. So I'll just show you where you end up, where you will end up, maybe, depending on what happens with Okobolo. The spear is, in fact, not the island of the Amazons. It's a place called Typhon. Y-P-H-O-N. So that would be number 7 on the map. I spelled Typhon wrong, but never mind. Fix that.
The fawn.
There we go. Put you down there.
Yeah, H and Y are right next to each other. That's close.
Move down
How
there.
did we get there?
Because you attuned your Antikythera to the constellation of the Spear,
Oh, cool.
and that's where it happened to interrupt. But you're on the way there. When the automaton returns with a diamond.
Oh, right. And I'm attuned to a coin,
And Damas
my precious.
gathers the diamond and ritually places Okobolo in front of himself, and places the diamond in front of him. And then he places his hand gently on his temples, sniffs up the incense, and starts praying to the 5 gods to imbue this fine creature with new life.
Silas farts in his face before he comes to.
Pardon?
Silas farts in his face before he comes to.
And Damas huffs that in as well, as it adds to the vapors.
Nice.
And he's just really wishing his friend to come back, and forgot how much his friend stinks like crap.
I mean, decomposing
it's working.
bodies do have a chance of shitting themselves.
Oh, that's
It's working. It's working. I can almost smell his odorous scent once more.
I remember, Malcolm, when somebody died and we had to bring them back in Icewind Dale, was it? That we each had
Uh-huh.
to give a thing? That was the thing
Mhm.
that Silas gave.
Ah, okay. Well, that's good you remember the rules, but this is what actually happens. As you finish the ritual, the diamond disappears into dust as it consumed by it, so you need another diamond if you wanted to do this again.
Mhm.
And you hear a screaming, and it's not coming from Okobolo, but it sounds like Okobolo. And you turn round and look at the source of the screaming, and it's the crystal scythe. And you see a ghostly blue figure of Okobole desperately trying to lead the side, but it cannot escape.
Bro! What'd you do, bro?
And then
Take
Okobolo
my hand.
try and grab his hand. It's like grabbing smoke. And Okobolo
This really sucks.
gets sucked back into the scythe. His body remains
Mm.
motionless.
Damn it. I wrap the
Oh,
side and make a wish. Off goes my genie. Yes!
Ugh. You guys aren't just chilling under a tree. It was real nice. It was so peaceful. Now I'm in this fucking scythe.
He's been in the scythe all along. All along.
Okay.
Ira comes up to watching the ritual and she says, "Ah, wow, that's really bad, guys. In my opinion, I think his scythe is trapped in his soul is trapped in the scythe. And I know, Proteus, you want to smash this thing to get your family free, but I'm not sure how it works. Like, Okobolo's still got a body and his soul. I don't know if there's any guarantee that breaking the scythe is going to return the soul to Okobolo.
Mm.
Stating problems here. I wish I came up with solutions as well. But you need to find a way to get the soul of Okobolo safely back into his body.
Hmm.
What if I prayed and got my spiritual guardians, the old dragon lords, to escort him from the scythe into his body? They could swirl around and lift and move him. I could even upcast it at 5th level just to make sure that it was a great enough sacrifice in order to make this successful.
So the spell has worked. It's just that the soul is trapped, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I dispel magic on that thing? Probably higher than 3rd level. So I can cast dispel magic up to 5th level. And then the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So
It's again. You can dispel the magic, but is there any guarantee that the soul is going to return to the body? That's not a given.
well, I think that if I did some form of ritual or something like that, like some sort of.
Do you have a god to pray to? Maybe pray to, well, me.
Yes.
It's
No,
a bit weird.
I pray to all 5 of you, and I know that not all of you can intervene, but I pray to all 5 to help him on his way.
Mitros is really the one who intervenes in this situation. But I don't know, maybe
Yes,
divine
no,
intervention will help here.
Divine intervention. Well, I can ask for a boon. I definitely can.
If you want to, roll a d100 and roll between a 1 and a 10.
Okay. All right. D100. No, 37. Nothing. No, it seems I asked too much. I asked too much. I'm sorry.
What do you think, guys? How can we do this? There must be somebody who could help with this. Something.
Some spell called Legend Lore?
Does anybody have legend lore?
It should be available to you, Damus.
I'm having a look for it. I didn't have it prepared. And I don't have the components.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've only looked at it. I've never used it before.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. Just let's say that you were thinking about this when the messenger came, and the messenger returns with the necessary spell components, just in case.
Well, in which case, yeah. Well, I didn't have it prepared, but if you're happy for me to, if I was thinking about it already, then I will do that. And cast it ritually if I'm able to. Legend.
Nope. No ritual.
Nope. Okay. I will just still do a ritual for it to cast it at 5th level.
You have heard stories and read things about souls being dispossessed from bodies and being able to return into the bodies. The most common example are things like ghosts, which are effectively souls who have unfinished tasks, and so they stay forever until they accomplish generally impossible tasks. The only time this has happened was, you're not going to like this, was to get a favor from the Fates. The Fates could connect Okobolo with his soul, but you'd need to make a deal with them.
Oh, they suck!
Make a deal with the Fates for Okobolo's soul.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they'd toss a coin for it. They are
Let's
the
go
Fates.
gambling.
Well, shall we do it? Shall we at least inquire?
Where do they exist, these Fates?
On the
3
island of
days
the
sail away.
5. Well, actually, you've taken 2 days to get here. So now you have 16 days. And it'll take you another, we'll say another 2 days to get to the Fates.
Do you guys want to check out this island that you're at?
Let's check out the island first, eh? Since we're here, just a quick.
Well, you're not there. You're a day away. Remember, it took 3 days to get in. So you can either travel a day to the Typhon or 2 days to the Bard. You're not technically here yet. Because it takes 3 days to travel and you took 2 days for the diamond to arrive.
Well, 2 + 2 is 4, which is fine. You know, and then 3, we only effectively lose 1 day, all up.
But I never got to speak to the Fates, although you all seem ashen-faced after having spoken to them.
To the Fates.
Was it truly as terrible as your visages suggested?
Well,
they don't
remember what Proteus did, bro.
Who?
Versi.
Proteus
Who's
had
Versi?
to murder him just for a bit of information.
Versi was
killed someone?
the great oracle who set you on your quest. She's sees into the future and the past, just like the Fates do. So the Fates hate her, moving on to her territory. That's what happened to Proteus killed Versi, this staunch and
Killed someone,
valuable
Proteus?
ally. Proteus isn't here, but yes, he
Yeah. The deal that they tried to make Okobolo was the location of his mother for the life of a child in Mitros somewhere. Like, bring them a fucking kid. And I was like, ooh, yuck, no, gross.
Oh, Mitros for what? 'Cause I don't know. What?
Mitros.
Mitros for what? 'Cause I don't know. 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 What? 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we think it worthwhile entreating with them? Because that's going to take us the time to get there, and then whatever we decide from that, and then it will be more travel time back to wherever we're going to next. I mean, I feel we are honour bound to the memory of, at least of Okobolo, who's made so far the supreme sacrifice. I take it that the sacrifices were not personal ones. They were asking us to do things very much against our nature as heroes.
Yeah,
Five
yeah,
gods.
they seem to delight in trying to corrupt us, I think.
Well, in which case, Okobolo has been my best friend and the only one who truly understands me. I will make the deal with them if it so sees fit, but it will grieve me bodily to do so, but I just can't let this hero of Thylea, this one who's been the one who's grappled with everything, and he's more of a man than any of us men. He's a beast. But I mean that in a positive sense. He's the wonderful, wonderful person, and I just want to do it.
I don't think you should be the person bargaining. You don't have a great record.
I'm fine. Yes, but I want to do it. I want to save Oko. It's the least we can do.
Why
I
not?
should have healed him, not you, Proteus. I mean, I'm sorry, but yes. Anyway,
So we've been to the Island of the Fates before. I don't recall that.
Well, three of us haven't made a deal with them, so maybe.
Off to the
Maybe one
Island
of
of the
us.
Fates.
So the Island of the Fates was the one which had the
Hole in it.
the hole in it that went back down to the Nether Sea as well. We remember seeing down into the Nether Sea from above, I believe.
No, it was
That's
the-
right. I
it was
remember
the
looking over
Underdark.
that hole and then I fell in.
It's the Underdark, wasn't it?
Oh,
No,
I
it
thought it was an
definitely the
access way,
thing.
but we didn't have a way of getting down into it.
How you described it, it sounded like the Nether Sea.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll confirm that.
Yeah.
Hi, Proteus.
The other thing to consider as well,
Yes,
that
Sam.
when we last encountered the Fates, we were not as powerful as we are now, and they had a Lamia there that was going to like fuck us up if we mess with them. But we've we've dealt with some Lamias since then.
Drunk ones.
So
They were impaired drunk ones.
yeah.
If
Yeah, they
it hadn't
were.
have been for that significant disadvantage, they might very well have ripped us a new one. And
I don't know.
not
I feel strongly that we can take them apart. This Lamia, I'm not afraid at all. I'm emboldened. What would Bolo do? He'd grapple them and hit their face into the ground and do that. That's what I intend to do.
Okay.
You adjust the anti-Kythera mid-journey, take a sharp right turn, and you find yourself consuming 2 more days, bringing the Oath of Peace down to 14 days, and you're at the Island of the Fates again.
Oh, Proteus never wanted to come back. Just saying.
Hey.
We're pretty aware of that.
Just to keep you
Awesome.
up to date, Kyle, they tried to resurrect Okobolu, but his soul
Okobolu.
was trapped in the scythe. And Kari pointed out destroying the scythe is no guarantee that Okobolu's soul would be rejoined with his body.
Is
you're
that the
still
same for my family?
Well,
Yeah.
your family, their bodies are long gone. So even if that was possible, maybe it is possible. But all you know is that your family is still in the south being tortured, like a very exquisite form of hell. And with... who rolled that natural one? Particles. He had to roll a natural 1, 2, or 3 to succeed on modifying Lutheria's memory, that she made a deal with you that if you defeated her, she would become neutral, she wouldn't interfere in the upcoming Battle of Mitros, and she would leave you alone and basically be, in her words, an impotent deity. So she's out of the picture now, and she's kind of useless, which is perfect for you guys.
Yeah.
And
Possibly the biggest win of the campaign.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I set it up and said you had to roll a 1, 2, or a 3 for this to succeed. And please roll the best natural one ever. But now, yes, it seems you need to bargain with the fates to get
Once more.
Once more.
Yeah. And with respect to your family and the scythe, do we wish to inquire with them whether they know? And somebody else wanted the scythe. Who was the person that
We killed him.
It was
Diana Q.
Proteus, wasn't it?
No, it was the fates that sent me towards her. What's her name?
Percy?
No, the one with the scythe.
Lutheria.
Lutheria, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
They set me on the journey to her in the first place to rescue my family.
but they didn't impart any more information to you about how the scythe might, how you might
No,
liberate your family.
they're not big on specifics. No.
No.
They
Do you
seem-
think they
Sorry.
would be somewhat fearful of the scythe?
Have we got the scythe?
Yes.
We've got the scythe because Lutheria lost it during the battle.
According to
Nice.
her.
She remembers that. Yes.
That's a good point. We could, yeah. I imagine they would be. Anyone would be if they knew what it was. Potentially.
Does a scythe count as a martial weapon, or is it a simple weapon, or is it just a simple farming tool that any hick could use?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
It is not in the player's handbook.
I'll say it's a
it's
simple
the-
martial weapon then. I mean, it's designed to cut grass, right? And many people know
Yeah.
how to use a cast.
Like the sickle, like
Yeah.
the sickle that we were also dabbling with while you were away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the closest would be a sickle, and that's a simple weapon.
Okay. Well, do we trust Proteus to with this mighty weapon, since he's had dealings with the fates?
I hate the fates.
I know, but now I feel that you will have the upper hand in the negotiations this time.
I'm back.
Keep in mind, Proteus, every time you heard the scythe swung by Lutheria, you heard the screams of your family. So keep that
Yeah.
in mind.
So I'm no closer to rescuing my family. This is really pissing me off.
Well, we've got a scythe.
Proteus.
You just
Yeah.
need to
And
smash
perhaps the
the
way to
scythe.
crack into the souls. If they can get what's Oko out, they might be able to get your family out.
So they got Oko out, but
No, they
Yeah,
might be
they
able
got
to.
Oko out.
That's why we. Oh, they did get him out.
No.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Check.
I didn't think so. Yeah, but if they do manage to be able to get him out, then they might be able to get your family out.
Or
Okay.
at
Yeah.
least release them from torment.
Yeah.
I think we should all go in there though.
Oh yeah. I think we all go in as there as well.
But we just thought it would be more intimidating, given that they sent you on the quest for the scythe, for you to return and now be justly upset in your wrath that has not allowed you to actually recover your family as yet.
I think
Yeah.
they'll just like that. Like they'll just be like very delighted by the fact that you've been frustrated by their bullshit.
I think they might have some kind of foresight. No doubt they would be expecting our arrival.
True.
Get down into
Well,
the
my
hag's lair.
roll 20 is really slow.
Well, I dragged you across to the hag's map. It doesn't really matter at the moment anyway, so we won't worry about that terribly much.
Taking
But
a while to
if you-
load.
Sure. But are you heading down into the hag's lair? Or
Yes.
the fate's lair?
Yes.
and you walk past the Lamia, who makes similar threats that she will kill you, and she won't like it, but she'll do the best of her ability if you attack them. And you see Nona, Granny Mortar, and Decima, all lounging about not far away from the loom. And they say, yeah, well. I see in my advice proved fruitful. You have the sight. Congratulations. Are you here for a victory lap? You are here to gloat? What is it?
I've taken the scythe off Lutheria, but I'm no closer to saving my family.
Oh, you simply need to smash the scythe. I thought you knew this.
Would the same hold true for our fallen comrade?
Oh, that would be the slab of beef over there. And his soul is trapped in the scythe. I am so terribly sorry.
How does
Right.
one release his stuff?
Oh, we could do that for you. It would be our pleasure. We can reunite
Okay.
Well, if
his
we can give
soul
you
with
pleasure,
his...
that's great. You'll have to pay us for that pleasure, though.
Well,
Oh, look, we'll let you do it for free. Take him out.
I'll tell you what. This we can be done. We can reunite the soul with the beef, as it were. But you know, I can see it in your eyes. Everything has a cost when you deal with the fates.
No.
I will need you to travel to Mitros, find a baby no older than 3 weeks, and bring the child back to us. Now you may think, oh, this evil fates are going to do terrible things to this baby. Let's just see. We'll treat her like a daughter. She will grow up knowing everything about us. Maybe one day, maybe she could take one of our places. There is no downside. It will be a blessing for the baby. That is the deal.
So you can get Okko's soul out of there, guaranteed.
We will take an oath. The oath will be, you bring us a baby no older than 3 weeks within 1 week, and in return, we will reunite Okobolo's soul with his body. We'll remove his soul from the scythe and insert it back into his body, and Okobolo will be as good as new. He might be a little tired. I mean, being dead tends to take it out of you. But you'll get your old friend back. And as I said, there's no downside. The baby will become a somebody.
Oh, hang on, let me just check this out. I'll let my fates decide. And he takes that coin out. On a heads, I'll go to Mitros and do as you bid. On a tails, I'll have to think of something else. And he flips the coins and makes it go to tails. It doesn't look good.
Regardless of your
I
luck,
want to speak up. Don't leave it to luck. Listen to me. What would Okobolo want? And I know for a fact that he wouldn't want us to sacrifice a child for him no matter what. He'd willingly sacrifice himself for us, but I'm sorry I've convinced us to make a grave mistake. There is no way that he'd want us to sacrifice the life of a child to this form of purgatory and terror. No, I'd say we do not take this. But I do tell you one thing. Okobolo would definitely want us to prevent this from happening at all. So what say you?
Well, the coin says we don't go, so I ain't going.
No. I'm trying to insinuate something. Read between the lines.
What would
No.
Okko? He would say, "Let's toss the coin again and see what happens."
No, don't, no.
Well, maybe we can make this interesting, and I could give you my soul and a child's soul.
I've got
Oh,
a
we
better
would-
idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna be killing some gods. Oh, sorry, titans. I'm sure you could find some value from that. No?
Some Titan
What
souls.
if we were to turn the scythe on you? I'm addressing the fates.
Oh,
We've already conquered a goddess.
Titan.
Titan, what's
Congratulations,
Titan? Yep.
by the way. If you want to take a swing at us, please do. Here, I'll make it easy for you. And Granny Mortar walks around the loom, theatrically throws her head back, exposing her neck.
Oh, don't reveal your breasts either. Oh, yuck! Not those socks. Pearson socks.
Well,
Nobody has to hit anybody.
Well,
ah,
I feel like my soul's already damned for sacrificing Percy. Nevertheless, I don't want the conscience of sacrificing a small child, a babe, an infant.
Perhaps I have misunderstood what they said, but weren't they implying that they were to raise this child? It strikes me that we have the aged granny, we have the crone, and we have the young maiden here, and I am led to believe that that is often the way in these things, that there are always three, and if one were to disappear, then another one would need to take its place. So, would not an orphan who would otherwise not have a family be raised by these fates, as cronish as they are? Are they not a necessary part of the weave and
Three
history of
mothers.
Thylea?
3 mothers.
That depends entirely on how much you trust the fates. And were they asking us to get a specific child or just any child that's under 3 weeks?
less than 3
Of
weeks
age.
is fine. And you're right. If Okobolo was against sacrificing her babies, we don't require the baby to be sacrificed. We just require to be given the baby. And we'll raise it with all the love and care we can muster. They'll want for nothing. And you've visited us twice, which is unusual, but we often get visited with people promising wealth and gold and all sorts of things. We want for nothing, as will the child. As I said, it's not a sacrifice. It's a blessing for the babe.
And it can be of any gender.
Doesn't bother us.
Who is the most? So it doesn't need to be a girl to join your, if I'm not mistaken, coven.
Just a baby under 3 weeks. The gender will not matter in the short term. We have ways.
Solace messages, Damas. Like, what were you trying to get at, man? What were you trying to say?
Just saying, like, Okobolo would probably want us to murder these hags.
Oh, we don't have to. No.
But these are the fates. I think they exist in some kind of, they're not gods or anything.
Oh no, I was full of bravado until she came up and showed us her neck, and I was like, "Oh no, okay, we're truly screwed." I mean, yes. So, I mean, I definitely can take that llama, But these other three, not too sure.
You play poker better than that, don't you, Gerald? You play poker better than that, don't you?
I haven't played poker for years.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from dealing with the fates is you can't deal with the fates.
Well, you can deal with us. The deal is clear. I think you may be looking for negotiation. There is no negotiation to be had.
We toss a coin for.
Now, let us examine our options from here. It would take us 3 days to get back to Mitros, and then 3 days back to here, and then another 3 days to presumably return to the mainland for the conflict. For that, now we could go from here because they said that we need to return within a week. For that, so that would at least burn 6 of our remaining days for that, and that would perhaps, if we're lucky, return Okobolo to us. Now, it seems
I just don't think Oko would want this. Oko would not want this girl to be. Saying it's not a sacrifice, but it's a corruption. That he would not want an innocent corrupted.
Well, we don't have to tell him. I think we need Oko for the final fight.
Why don't you go to a babe that is suffering, that might die? And
one whose mother, perhaps, or parents have passed. Have passed. Childbirth, I should imagine, is risky, even in a fine city like Mitros.
In the poorer areas, the slum. Think of it that way. The baby will die, or the baby will live forever as a fate. I don't know why you keep on morally debating this. It's very simple. You do nothing. The child dies. Okobolo's soul remains lost. You make this, find this child. The child lives. Okobolo lives. Where is the downside? Where is the moral quandary?
She makes a point. I'm willing to agree. And that's my call. I have another question, though, about the scythe. When you say destroy it, is there any particular way we need to destroy this scythe? Or can we just...
Asking me?
The fates, yes.
I'm gladly to answer that question for you. We know how to do it. But there is a price for information.
Who do I have to kill?
Are you wanting to make a deal for this information?
I would hear your terms.
The other thing we would require is a living nymph to be bought with us within a week. And let's just say that she won't survive long. And just in case it's been forgotten, the last time you were in Mitros, you were almost treated like gods. So much so that people were asking you to bless their babies. It was hard to move around. If anything, that effect has become even greater. And you know that if you asked someone, a nymph, they would come along. Even if it means possibly their death. Because you're considered legends. Of course, that legendary status might be affected if you're taking a young nymph to her death. But keep that in mind. You could get a volunteer easily enough. But, it's one of those moral quandaries. But the fates continue. So a living nymph, the nymph won't survive? That is the price for the information, Proteus. Is that a price you're willing to pay?
Right. Proteus thinks about his family screaming in agony and never-ending torture, and he thinks to himself, at least, that I think that is a price he's prepared to pay, but he doesn't say it out loud yet.
This way, Proteus. As the great bard from many, many moons ago, someone called Dr. Spock once said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. One nymph for 3 souls.
Or the great B. Simpson, who said, "You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't."
I would like to say that I've gambled with the fates, though. I'd give my soul for
Accept
Okobolo's soul.
Silas's soul? Yeah.
Mm.
And we would accept that. That will mean the end
And
of
toss the
Silas.
coin. I'll get you the if I lose this coin toss, then I'll get you the child.
You think I was
you there?
referring to Dr. Spock in this world? This is a completely different
No,
person.
no.
Sorry. I'm just
What I'm
some
thinking.
comment there.
All right.
Sorry, Albert, carry on.
Silas is offering his soul, the child soul. He'll get you a child and a nymph on a coin toss.
Oh, you flip that
If
coin,
we can get,
Silas.
if I win this, I get Okko's soul though.
If we can have your soul, we will return Okobolo's soul.
Why don't we toss a coin for it? I'll give you my soul, a child's soul, and a nymph. A child and a nymph. If I lose. If I win, I just get Okko.
Excuse me.
Hold up. What? I thought that was that sneeze was the sound of indignation.
No, it's me sneezing. That's hay fever. Spring has sprung.
Round Silas, and you see the Lamia. I don't think you were here at the time, but the Lamia made a similar deal with the Fates, and they served her for a long time. Another creature comes out of it, a Medusa. Another creature appears, looks like a living compost. So you see these people, Silas. If you decide to sacrifice yourself for Okobolo, we'll transform you into something like this, and you'll be serving us for the rest of your natural born days. Maybe even longer if feeling particularly cruel. But if you do that, Silas, we will return Okobolo to his soul, to his body. That,
Totally be a Lamia, man.
The Fates don't want to do their fatey thing. You're not willing to gamble?
Oh. Sorry, what happens if we win?
You get my soul. And before I give you my soul, I'll go get you a child and a nymph.
And if we lose?
I get Okko.
And break the scythe.
And break the break the scythe.
But
Says
that's
Malcolm. See, Malcolm knows about the coin.
Mm-hmm.
The Fates do not know about the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
And,
know
um,
about the coin? What's this coin? Is it a
Silas
trick
is-
coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silas is doing his best to make it feel like he's freaking out at the possibility. He even drops his coin and picks it from a sweaty hand that he pretends to have, and picks it up. Oops, sorry. What say you?
Well, we're going to make a roll for it to see if they take this. They can. See, this is a magic coin. I know you can make it do what you like, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
That they're prepared to take the gamble.
It doesn't. It says that it said that it. Oh gosh.
It has no magical aura, so
It
they
has no
can't.
magical aura. Yeah.
They're unaware of
Yeah.
the coin. It's just Malcolm's thinking, because Malcolm is aware of the coin. The Fates are not. Okay. You're used to making deals. The deal you're offering was very tempting. You're 3 souls, effectively.
For the price of one.
Yeah, so Silas and the nymph and the baby. Well, all 3 of them will happen. You're trying to persuade them that this is a good... no, you're trying to deceive them. Are you deceiving them? Because a coin is not an actual thing, right? You're lying because you're making out that the coin is 50-50, but it's not. So that's a lie. Okay, Albert. I'm going to set this up before we roll it. I'm going to set the DC at 20. Okay? On your deception roll. Notice on your character sheet you have a +8 to this. So make a deception check. And we'll see.
Anybody want to throw a bonus at that? Because I'm getting fucking need.
Yeah, you can have a guidance if you want, if they're not going to pick up on it, but I think they'll pick up on it.
Oh, okay, it's there, island.
What if?
Yeah.
Oh no, a bardic inspiration wouldn't help.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't think guidance either, because... I can... Yeah.
Guidance is a skill check. But it still won't help because if they can see me casting it, then they'll know about it.
Yeah,
18.
I agree. So, an 18.
Yeah.
Any tricks up anybody's sleeves? Any...
Oh, could I?
features?
I mean, deception. I'm proficient in that. Could I lend
Help
my
them.
aid? Yeah.
To make it an advantage.
Yeah.
Let me check if there's anything in Albert's, but I don't think Silas can do anything about this. Well, what are you going to add to the deception? You have to add something. What are you doing?
Well, could I? Well, I'm proficient. Can I? Oh, by adding, right? I see you're saying. Well,
What are you going to do? You
chip
can
in.
give advantage if you give me a good way. You give advantage.
It'd be like, because I'm trying to make
Yeah,
it look like I'm a
trying-
bit shit at this, and you could be going, dude, don't do that, don't do
I'm
that.
try and make it like Silas. What are you doing? You can't gamble with your soul. This is a really bad idea. Don't do it.
Leave me
Silas.
alone. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. This is for Oko.
Okay. I mean, obviously, everybody knows except the Fates what Silas is
charade.
up to.
Right,
That's a
yeah.
charade. Yeah. That's an advantage. Silas, roll again. DC 20.
Oh, God, worse. Fuck me.
Oh,
Look, I'm
Ian, I'm just not good at the
sorry.
dice rolling bit.
We are the Fates. We will not leave our fate to the random roll of a dice. The deal remains.
Double or nothing.
Yeah, no, the Fates
Oh.
wouldn't do that. Being Fate.
Yeah.
Emperor, double or nothing? What are you offering?
I'll add my soul into the jackpot.
Spencer, what are you doing? That would be ridiculous.
what about all our souls?
Hey, whoa, steady on that. We need somebody to help gamble us out of this if we fail.
We just don't have the time to go and get the bait. Well, we have time, but just not enough. We're just worried about that. Yeah. So we quite like.
That's what I want to ask. Is if the Thylia was destroyed by Sidon, like, how much use would you be?
We have survived more than one apocalypse. We will survive this one as well.
Oh, that's what they say, but it only takes one for you not to survive. You know what I'm saying? You know, just because you've survived the past ones does not mean you'll survive this one. Surely you don't want to take that risk.
5 soul for Okobolo. Is that
What's up?
what you're offering?
Yeah.
Silas, Damus, Proteus, Venper, and Particles, if this coin comes up the wrong way, you will serve us for all eternity. I have my suspicions because I know you want to save Thylea. You cannot save Thylea if you're serving us.
Yeah, we can't save Leah if we don't have a tank.
Yeah, look, we've lost a good friend of ours, and I am trying to stop the eternal suffering of my family. I'd say right now these are way more important to me than saving Thylea. And I don't know about the rest of my team, but they all have their reasons. But certainly saving Okko, who we've come to love through our journeys, is probably more important than the faceless people of this land.
Another deception check at advantage.
Oh, okay. Is it shift? Yes.
No, that was Silas. Sorry, Silas. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Well, Proteus can do it because of this plus 10.
I was speaking, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Silas kind of kicked it off. But Proteus, we'll take that.
Okay.
They say,
Oh, you fools.
forgive me if I'm a little bit suspicious, but may I inspect the coin? I know there are trick coins about. May I see it before you throw it, Silas?
I look to the others as if I'm worried or something about them finding something out about the coin, but I hand it over.
I watch to make sure she doesn't palm the coin.
It's just a normal coin, as you
Yeah.
see.
Make sure she doesn't swap it out.
I'm making sure that she doesn't swap it.
You
Yep.
better make me a perception check then.
I certainly will. Do I get advantage on perception checks? No, that's the other character that I had. Here we go. Perception. Boink.
I could lend you my
26.
proficiency. Oh, that's nice.
Yes, that's a lovely
In
one.
your opinion, they're not palming it. I mean, they could be incredibly good
Yay.
palmers, but in your opinion, they're not.
Oh,
And
sorry,
Jeffrey
keep going on.
Palmer's.
You see her cast a spell on the coin. The arcane above you, amongst you, will recognize it as a detect magic spell. And she gives it back and says, "Ah, this is going to be interesting."
50-50.
Let's say if it comes up on Dragon Head, we win. If it comes up on the Dragon's Tail song, you win. So you should hope for a tail. I should hope for a head. And please,
Being
give
attuned to it, I know
good-
this is my coin.
Oh yeah, it's your coin. Your coin.
Oh, yeah.
So for your sake, I pray this lands on a tail. But we will honor the deal. But flip it high and fair, Silas. Let it land on the ground. Do not palm it. Flip it, rotate it, let it fall to the ground.
Oh, what fun.
They all get around, waiting for the coin
A bit
flip.
real good.
Silas makes a big drama of about to toss the coin, and just before he does, he places his hand over the top of it, and then offers it to the hag to toss, so that there is no uncertainty as to its
It's
outcome.
my pleasure. She takes the coin, flips it up in air, it rotates several times. Looks like a completely fair toss. Lands with a thud on the ground, right on its side. It looks like it could go either way. But then it flips onto the tail side.
Wow, gee. Guess the luck's on our side.
We play a dangerous game. Never let it be said that the fates do not honor their deals. Give me the scythe, Proteus.
Gladly.
Heads over.
I'm almost shaking with
Yeah, I
nerves
was
right
too.
now.
They head
Oh.
over to this head statue in the center. They start performing some type of ritual, and a single blue soul leaves it and enters the body of Okobolo, who awakes with one foot.
Oh. I immediately cast a healing spell on him. My friend! Oh, my friend!
Silas goes thumping into him with a hug, and then he like pulls back, like acting all cool, like, "No, it was sweet."
Well, actually, guys, you
Oh.
see the blue soul leave the scythe, and it hovers over the body of Okobolo, and it looks like it's trying to figure out whether it wants to enter or not.
Stay away from the light.
It does enter Okobolo's body long enough for the body to take one breath, but then you hear Oko's voice say, "The peace. I've never known such peace."
Oh, he can give that cool speech he'd prepared before.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, fine. I cannot join you. I've only found the peace I never found. I sit under a tree, and I play with my yo-yo. Seek out my sister. And the blue light leaves. Okobolo's body is still inert.
How rude.
Silas lets out a classic, "No!"
So that was his sister that is in
His
Astoria.
assistant. He said his assistant.
Is that what he said? Damn it!
Really fuck it
Ask
up.
him. Sister or assistant?
No, it's assistant. I'm his assistant. You found me.
I pray that this
Totally fucking up.
satisfies the conditions of our deal. Return the soul to Okobolo, but for this resurrection magic to work, requires a willing participant. Okobolo was not willing. No terms of our agreement has been broken.
What about the rest of the
Totally
deal?
not.
We were going to break the
Yeah.
staff. Yeah.
There is a
Oh,
great
great.
volcanic island called
Yes!
Typhon.
I mean, didn't see that coming.
Throw the staff into Typhon. Your family will be released. The scythe will be destroyed. And completely coincidentally, that's the island you happen to be going to in the first place. It's a volcanic island.
But Okobolo had no staff. He had no assistants. If we throw his staff in the volcano, he'll come back?
The scythe.
Oh, the scythe. Ah, yes. Okay, cool.
We
Well
have
then.
honored
Yep.
our agreement. Yours is
Oh, yes.
a gamble for the ages. Perhaps the bards will sing of this day.
He looks over at Proteus.
Yeah, I might write a ditty. For sure. This could be a bagpipe number.
The time Silas gambled with the fates. Yeah.
Did he tell us where his sister
cool.
is? It's his sister of Mitros.
Yeah, he
His
didn't.
assistant.
Ah,
Fuck.
yes.
I thought his bottom was real. I didn't realise it was an instant ass.
Where's his
Find
office?
assistant does. Orifice.
Proteus.
So he does have a
Proteus.
half sister in Astoria.
Yeah.
We met her. Remember, we saved her from the
Yeah.
rock she was going to be sacrificed. So we
That's
must
the
seek
one.
her out.
Is she much of a fighter, or should we just flag it?
Yeah, let's just
Let's just
kick Vinny out of the
Yeah.
campaign.
We don't need his sister.
We gambled our souls.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
she's
girl.
a half sister, at least anyway, because she's a daughter of Pythor. So a half sister, as we might be aware, Pythor is on the ship, and he apparently.
He might know where she is.
Would you like to go to voice channel 2 for a second, Malcolm, and I'll explain kind of what I'm thinking?
Well, at least we didn't have to kidnap a child.
Yeah, kidnap a child for him to say no.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right,
Hey,
so for sure, Vinny, what's going on?
Sorry, I should have given you a heads up, but I
Sure.
really hadn't made a decision until right then. I knew that if they had made some sort of awful deal, like kids and stuff like that, Okobola was never going to come back. But
Sure.
the Amazonian Ranger character that I made, I reckon it'd be really rad because she's got the demigod background blessing thing as well.
Sure.
It'd be kind of cool if she was another one of Pythor's kids, and she can get picked up along the way at some point.
Well, they're going to a fairly nasty volcanic island. It's a nasty one. We could get a reason for her to be there. Then that would be fine.
Well, yeah, she has the sailor background, and she has been pirating around a bit. So she might have.
Difficult though in this area of the Forgotten Sea. So we could say you got to Typhon Island, but your boat was destroyed because Sidon.
She's been shipwrecked or something. Yeah.
And why? And maybe you have something you need to destroy on Typhon. Some cursed item or something.
Yeah.
But I'll let you come up with something just to give you a
Amazonian
reason to get to Typhon to destroy it. And being Amazonian, yes, carry on.
She's probably going to have some sort of interaction with the Lady of Coins, whatever her deal is.
Sure.
At some point, that I however that plays out is how it plays out. But
sure.
Yeah.
And I'll say that you know which constellation leads to the island of the Amazons, because that just makes sense.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, so she probably knows about her heritage and was trying to find Oko. Like, that's why she was out there.
Okay. And but she got trapped on the island trying to find Oko, but effectively failed, but she's about to have a gigantic stroke of luck.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
Sounds good. Okay.
Cool. Oh, and so maybe Pythor knows about her as well. Okobola, Pythor told Okobola about her, and that's a way that the gang can find out about her, or they can just find her on the island. Yeah.
Pythor wouldn't know. He's got approximately 100 bastard children.
Yeah.
Can't keep them straight.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Not
know
big
that.
on birthday cards.
No, absolutely not. Okay, cool. Done.
Yep.
Okay, let's go back.
Then we all become friends at the end.
And friendship was the winner on the day.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
All right, well, I think we just sail around the seas and don't interact with anyone. So Vinny, and then we'll finish the campaign.
Well, he really, Oko's last wish, which we should probably fulfill as soon as we can, like top priority, because it was his last wish, is to go find his
Sea
sister.
burial. It was a sea burial, wasn't it?
Oh, and find his assistant. Yeah, sea burial and assistant.
Which
That's
one
what
do
we
we
heard.
do? We have to do the assistant first. We don't have to carry
I
his
don't
body
think so.
around.
Well, since we're returning to Mitros anyway for the final combat,
He'll get a hero's burial.
And as far as we know, the last time we saw his sister, assuming it's the same sister, she was in Astoria. That might be a little way out of our ways.
I don't think the final contact is with her, as at Mitros. I think the final conflict was at the tower place. Where is it? This one down here, Praxis Tower. That was where we got some big foreshadowing that's where the final battle will take place.
Is that where the volcano is? Where's the volcano?
No,
Volcanoes up
the
here.
volcano's here. 7.
At the spear.
Ah,
Not that that's on the way, because of the way the Antikythera device works with the
Mm.
currents here in the Cerulean Sea,
The currants and the raisins.
in the Forgotten Sea. Yeah. Right. Well, so we were heading to Typhon anyway to
Yeah, I think we head
break
to
the
Typhon.
curse. Break the curse of the scythe anyway.
should we
Yeah,
just
sure.
dump Okko's body on the way?
Yeah, we should have a big, meaningful scene saying how much we miss him.
And yeah.
Can we put him on ice and give him a proper burial in Mythos, where he's a legend?
Well, I'm sure his assistant will want to be there for the funeral
Yeah.
too. So.
Exactly.
His assistant's got his will and testament.
Pythor, when you return to the
His intestines.
boat, Pythor says, "Wow, this is a crock of shit. Turns out my line's not much good for anything. I failed to defeat the Titans. You fucking half did it. He's like, this arsehole Okabolo failed again. Oh, man. I agree. Put him on ice. We'll give him a decent burial in Mitros when we get back there.
I ritual cast gentle repose again.
Let's just save your tears till Ty fucking Sidon is on his ass and we'll get what we're going. Now, somebody said something about a sister? He wants to seek out his sister,
Yeah.
is that right?
Your daughter?
Yes.
Maybe.
Look, don't talk about it in the singular. But I'm not so proud of this. Maybe I'm a little proud of this. But I've honestly lost count of the number of bastards I've sired. I mean, there's Roxani, she went to Astoria. There was Vaso, Aricia, Georgini, no, I can't even remember her name. I think she was in Mitros. Old Dionysus, she wandered around. I don't know where she is. And Lambrini, I think she went with Aricia as well. And Rato, I think she drowned. And maybe... there's Alexa, there's Olympia, Karina, Zoe, Florencia, Destinia. Look, if he's looking for his half sister, try looking everywhere and you might find her. I mean, I don't know, but I think I've got approximately 100 children. All of them
Okay, well-
bastards. And they're,
Can we ritual cast speak with the dead?
Yeah, he didn't specify which sister. Damn it.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe,
well, just
can
do
read
the
it.
first one.
The
The
first
fate.
one. Yeah.
you can
Any of them
cast-
handy with an axe? Python?
Are you casting Speak with the Dead?
I don't have speak with the dead learned.
Can you ritual cast it?
No, I don't have it learned.
Oh, I
I
see.
don't have it
Yeah,
prepared.
Right. Is there anybody on the boat who could do it? Or anybody where we're going, maybe?
Bards can cast it. Clerics can cast it.
Mhm. I don't have it learned, but we can. I'll still do
Tomorrow.
the. Yeah, do it tomorrow. As we're travelling.
To Typhon?
Yes, I think so. That sounds like a great plan.
So I'm just going to take 3 days off because you're going to get there eventually, just in case I forget later. So let's say you get to Typhon, boom, and we'll go
I'm
rewind
gonna
back
ritual
2
cast
days.
Speak with Dead. Yeah, cool. Ritual
Okay.
class Speak with Dead. And you get to ask a couple of questions, don't you?
Okay. And the corpse has to be willing to answer it. Like if you murder someone, they're not going to answer you. So,
Yeah.
I think we're in good
Um,
stead with Okko's corpse.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so I cast Speak with Dead, burn some incense, and stand above him, and we get to ask how many. 5 questions. Okay, cool. Okko Bolo, where is this assistant of yours?
What's their name? Would be good one. Yeah.
Assistant? I don't have an assistant.
I told you. Okay,
Must be
what
sister.
is your which sister do you mean? What is her name?
And where?
Her name is Anomia.
Anomia.
Where
And
is she?
where would I find Anomia?
When last I heard, she was a pirating on the seas.
Okay. And what does she look like, this Anomia?
A gnome?
Oh, she's a big bitch.
Good.
And I think I've got 2 questions left. Do I have 2 questions left? Is that right, Okobolo?
No, I think this is your last one, bro.
Your fifth question.
Right, and finally,
No,
Are
that's
you
the
sure
question. I've been keeping track of them. Your fifth question was confirming with Okobolo that it was 5 questions. You're done.
I was absolutely, Malcolm, I was
This is
absolutely doing that on purpose.
Oh, good man. Good man.
I was absolutely, this is Thomas asking the questions of the dead.
It's not a speak with dead spell unless you fuck up the questions in some way. Like it's just not right.
Hey, the scene in the Dungeons and
That was
Dragons
just been
movie
made
was
official.
great.
Cool.
So there's a gnome
really
on the
want to-
high
I'm-
seas who's a half sister.
Yeah.
Can't be a
But
big
you know
gnome.
what? I'm still
Big
going to
gnome.
keep him there. We can ask him in 10 more days. You know, I might catch up with my mate again.
Wait a minute. Does she have an assistant?
No, there's no assistant. That's the thing. I heard him correctly. Look, there's a sister who's a gnome who's eating vitamin C.
A gnome pirate with vitamin C.
He was
That's the
pretty,
one. So
he was
don't get
pretty
it goofy.
insistent.
He was very insistent. We go to Typhos.
Okay. So the 3 days have elapsed. What are you at now? You're at 11 days. You make your way to Typhon. And yes. Get my notes in order here. Anyway, I'll try to get to the map, which I suspect will be completely black for everyone.
No, we can
Well, I'm
see
getting
it.
Oh no, that's it. So that's what you see. And I'll just get a
Ooh.
description of Typhon as you dance around.
Needs
the
an eye
island.
floating over the top of it.
The sea grows rough as a massive volcanic island comes into view. Its central peak belches thick black smoke and red-hot lava. Although you can see the black sandy beaches on the shore, choppy waters and the ring of the jagged rocks protruding from the sea make a safe landfall challenging.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do we even need to land if we,
Fly
like
over
what's
the top of it
challenging?
and drop it in.
Well, like we do some guidance. Not guidance to try and help with the ship.
Well, there doesn't seem to be an obvious place for us to land for that. Were we going to try and anchor offshore and in some way fly to the island or similar? I mean, it's very, very hard for me to get a sense of the scale of this.
Can you still part the water?
Oh yeah, we can shape water.
Or we could swim underwater? I think someone's got that.
Yeah,
as
water
well.
breathing. I've got water breathing.
So obviously going around here, I'm not seeing an obvious beach, whereas some of the other islands at least have had somewhere that we might safely dock. And I think it might be foolhardy to try and take the Ultros up close to the island. Should we not do this from a distance?
If
I-
you guys, I mean,
don't
I
think I
don't know
can-
if there's anything dangerous over there that can fly, but Silas could fly over the top and drop it in. If it's as simple as that. Of course, it's never as simple as that.
Yeah, flying over an active volcano, what could possibly go wrong? Dropping a heavily magical item into it, what could possibly result from that?
I can't see a problem with this.
I don't know. I think that's totally fine. If you have a little buff you as much as we possibly can, give you a little blessing, I suppose, just in case.
It's a shame we still don't have that figurine of the owl, because the owl might have been able to drop the...
Oh, and in
Drop it
that
off.
time, have I had a chance to summon a familiar? I assume.
Absolutely.
Is Grey back?
Yep.
Cool. That costs us money, and
Oh, you're not wanting for money, so whatever.
oh, okay, cool.
Great.
So I think it would be safe to attempt to anchor offshore. Do we think that would be the case, so that we don't risk it? And is Silas capable of actually ferrying some of us to the shore? In terms of carrying, I know you wouldn't be able to carry Okobolo, but fortunately we don't have to take him
I can
anymore.
carry one person. I could have carried Okko as well. He's medium sized, yeah.
Well, you
Most of the time.
carry me. I'd quite
I
like
could.
to see the
I
destruction
suppose I
of this
could
knife.
ferry you across one by one, as long as you're all medium sized. How does that
I will
sound?
point out one thing. You want to consider this an option or not. Damus, with your perception of 19, notice towards the base there are 3 cave entrances that presumably lead deeper into the heart of the volcano. I'm not
Okay.
saying you need to use them or not, but there are 3 entrances that you could enter into.
Well, guys, I think that there's a way in there. I think I can see 2 hobbits. No, that was just me seeing things. There's 3 entrances. Yes, no. If we want, we can go in there. What do you think?
So does it look big enough for the Ultros, or does it look like we have to take...
no.
Could we use a dinghy or similar to...
You
to
need
make
to get
a
onto the
way in?
island. It's on the side of the volcano, so you can't take the Ultros. You'd have to get onto the island and walk to the entrance. Would
I
be
can
one
use
way.
a control water. What's that? So how high are those cliffs?
What's that, sorry?
How high are the cliffs?
Oh, it's like hundreds of feet, and there's lava pouring everywhere. It'll be a very difficult ascent. Not impossible, but very difficult.
All right, so we are going to have to fly in. This is an aircraft carrier. You're going to sort of helicopter us in.
No, yep. If you guys are cool with that, it means somebody has to wait on the shore for a bit.
I'm more than happy to do so.
So you
Hey, is Chandra still hanging out with us? Did we get rid of Chandras?
Chandras is just moping at the back of the boat with what's happened to Lutheria. We'll just leave him as a moping character.
Yep. Cool.
So the plan is for Silas to ferry people over one by one to the island.
Yeah, so if you guys are cool with that, because you want to see the side's been destroyed, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
feel the souls of my family being released.
I think I learned about that in health class.
Yeah.
Snicker.
Yes. Yeah. It's a different kind of feeling.
I don't see
Could
any
I draw
problem
a big...
with Silas ferrying you across one by one. What you do notice, though, Silas, is as you're ferrying it back, the people, you feel like the currents, the currents of the air moving quite a lot, even at this relatively distance from the volcano. And you fear if you flew over the top of it, the turbulence would be quite significant. And you'd either have to make the choice, like drop it from far away to avoid the heat of the thing, in which case it's just left to luck because the wind could blow it anyway, or get a bit closer, risking your own life in the process. So you feel that dropping it in would be very risky. Not impossible, but very risky. And if it goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Damn those fates.
But we can
So
go
even-
inside the volcano and find a nice pool of it and chuck it in there.
Okay, so you're on the island.
Okie dokie.
We'll look for some kind of subterranean cave or passageway into the heart of the
well, I
volcano.
noticed the
There's three
caves.
ominous openings over there. Look, promising.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if
I
you
saw
do
them from a
choose
height.
cave, which one do you choose? 1, 2, or 3?
Now, if Okobolo was still with us, he would use his sense of smell to tell us perhaps what lies up each pathway.
I can perhaps do some form of
Divination,
ritualistic clairvoyance or something like that. Hold on. No, it's no, I can't do that. Oh, no, I do have that. No, it's a sensor. No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, I'm just looking at my divination spells. Okay, oh, yeah, can I cast augury in the middle entrance to see whether there's wheel, woe, or nothing? Bring out the dragon bones of Demetria and see whether that's bad to go through the middle tunnel.
Whoa. The other 3
Whoa.
ones.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All 3 woes.
Whoa.
I'll
Okay.
give you this,
well,
though.
let's be on our lookout.
Cave number 1 smells like shit. Cave
Okay.
number 2 doesn't smell like anything. And cave number 3 smells like wine.
Okay.
Go for the shit cave.
Let's go to the shit cave, all right? As much as Damas was like, well, the wine cave. Remember, every time we've drunk wine, it's been perfectly fine. Every single time.
Silas,
We could go the
kind of just in terms of those, what do you call them? When he's flying in and there was turbulence. Can you feel any wind coming out of the caves other than, yes, it smells like shit, but is there excessive
No strong winds.
orange
No,
or anything?
no.
Oh.
Not compared to the top of a volcano. Relatively mild.
No noticeable differences between any of them?
No noticeable difference in temperature.
In terms
from
of the
all three?
torrent, yeah, that sort of thing.
You're going down the ship tunnel?
No, is there a noticeable difference in temperature between the three? Or are
No.
they all just as warm as each other?
They're all quite...
No strong winds coming from the ship tunnel.
Nope.
Okay.
No winds coming from any of the tunnels.
Well, that does generally mean there's a living creature there, so maybe avoid the shit tunnel.
I know, that's my
And
thinking.
one would suggest either lots and lots of living creatures or a big ass giant living creature.
Yeah. I reckon, and the wine one just sounds so sketchy, like it's going to be some fable shit. So what about the neutral one? Well, that's sketchy too. Like, that's just...
The bones revealed woe behind every door.
Whoa. All right. Who wants some 14 temporary hit points? I guess I'll give it to the druid.
No, I'm pretty good for healing. I'd give it to
I know, but
somebody
we're...
else.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
Okay, send Grey into the neutral one.
I give Grey the temporary hit points of 14.
Nice.
There we go. 15, sorry, because I've gone up a level. 15 temporary hit points.
Hey.
Oh no, it's
Perception
14. It's
check
my
for
proficiency,
Grey.
not my...
Oh, wait, did we go up a level recently?
Yep,
10.
you're level 10.
Oh, I'm level 10.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Magical secrets.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my bat stats. I'll Google it. Bat 5e. Yoink.
This one I prepared earlier. You have a plus.
Oh.
Rely on hearing. Yeah, so it's +1. Oh no, perception is what status perception?
Isn't
I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom.
+1.
Just roll a D20. Just roll a D20 twice, and we'll add 1 to each one of this because bats are good at seeing in the dark and hearing in the dark.
It comes to D20s. Oh, okay. You know what? That's the wrong one. That's not helping me. 2 again. A 1 and a 2.
Okay, so you maintain connection with Grey for 100 feet. After 100 feet, he's not found anything. Do you send him further in so that he can report back?
No, I'll bring him back and tell the guys that we can go in 100 feet and nothing will happen in 100 feet, and then maybe Gray can seek out again.
Down the nothing tunnel?
Down the nothing tunnel? If in that we know there's nothing there for 100 feet.
Okay, so you go down the tunnel. Gray goes about another 100 feet, and then boom, he blinks out of existence.
Oh, like, did I feel anything or before that happened?
Something killed it. You're not sure what. Because of such a bad roll of perception.
Yeah. Consistency. Leave me alone. I'm all about consistency.
As you are
I'll let the others know.
Yeah, sure. As you're 100 feet down this tunnel, wondering what to do, you hear footsteps approaching behind you. And you turn around and you'll find out what they look like next week.
Next time.
They look gnomish. Gnomish.
You're looking like a gnome would be good.
Agamemnon. Agamemnon? Is that it?
Okay, guys, we'll catch you next week. I gotta bounce.
Thank you.
Okay,
That was a
okay,
cool
okay,
one.
okay.
That was a nitty gritty fiddly one. That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Malcolm,
guys.
before you go, I think you need to do some stuff with Beyond 20 or
I'll
Beyond
send you some
D&D.
links. I'll send you some links.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, I'll do that right now. Okay, catch ya. Bye.
And I will not be there. I'm poloing water.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, catch
So-
you guys.
You
See
would
you
follow
in
this
a-
week.